Hi, good morning, good evening. My name is Soumya Upadhyaya and I'm part of the product marketing team at GitLab. And today I'm going to cover the top 10 reasons to not sell Starter. Starting with number 10, we have Starter is a great starting point, as the name suggests. It offers basic capabilities for the end-to-end DevOps lifecycle. It's great for customers who are actually starting with SCM, but most of the other stages, the capabilities, the value-added capabilities that we do provide in the other stages are limited. So in general, what happens is customers who start with this and they're using SCM, they're happy with it, but when they start trying out some of the other capabilities, they're not too happy and it leads to customer dissatisfaction. And it becomes extremely difficult to upsell to a customer that is already frustrated because of the lack of capabilities or the lack of value-added capabilities we have in the other stages of the DevOps lifecycle with Starter. Number 9 is Starter only offers next business day support as opposed to more instantaneous support with the premium and ultimate editions. Next business day support is loss of productivity for the customers. Typically, if there is one developer that is using GitLab, and if there's a downtime that is equivalent to almost 8 hours of productivity loss, multiply that by the number of developers and you actually capture the amount of loss in productivity for customers, which is unacceptable for a lot of customers. Number 8 is that startup lacks a version upgrade assistance. So we as GitLab have been releasing capabilities into the product every month for the last 100 plus releases. Every month we release 50 plus features that go into the product. And if a customer is behind on a few releases, that means they cannot get the latest and greatest feature set that we are offering as a part of GitLab. So they cannot align to the roadmap or the vision that we are projecting for the product itself, which again leads to dissatisfaction for customers. Starter lacks an enterprise readiness as well. So it does not offer high availability, disaster recovery, geographic replication, which typically are capabilities that help with developer efficiency in terms of the speed of which they're able to access the product itself or the availability of the GitLab system itself, right? So Starter does not, it lacks that. So any company worth its salt would actually be looking for high availability and geographic replication for sure. Starter lacks portfolio management. So typically, issues are just issues. It's a list of issues that our customers need to manage. They cannot group it into multiple different epics based on similar capabilities. It cannot map to a specific roadmap that the company is tracking for their product as well. And it also does not have file templates, which helps to make it a lot easier when customers are actually creating new issues or want to set up a process around their DevOps processes itself. Number 5 is Starter CI/CD is fairly basic, right? It's not for teams that have that are larger than a few members. It does not support multiple approvers. It does not have merge trains, merge dependent MR dependencies, and so on. So it's typically fairly basic CI/CD for teams, which may not be acceptable for a lot of customers as well. A lot of times customers have multiple different starting points with GitLab. One of them is SCM, the other is CI/CD. If a customer is using CI/CD from a different vendor, Starter does not support integrating GitLab CI/CD with external repos. So obviously such customers need to start at Premium or Ultimate to benefit from the integrations with external repos. Now coming to the top 3 capabilities, the third one is that Starter has very limited feature set for ensuring that compliance audits are a breeze, right? So it doesn't have audit logs, which is a basic capability required for compliance. It doesn't offer separation of duties, which is a key requirement from a compliance capability as well. So any customer that is looking for compliance as a requirement should not be starting at Starter. Starter also lacks end-to-end insights, which are required for decision making. Most of the analytics, productivity analytics, value stream analytics, and so on that we offer, which provide end-to-end insights for customers, which enables them to improve their processes, are not available in Starter. So it becomes extremely tactical for customers when they're actually using Starter for DevOps. And the top feature is top capability is that Starter does not have security, right? So so customers typically would just have two options. One is they expose their applications, they deploy without doing security checks for the deployed application, or they require expensive third-party tools which don't typically align with DevOps processes. They are typically at the end of the DevOps process, do not test the entire, all the code changes that have been made, and take longer, too many issues being detected too late, and there's very little time to fix it. So Starter does not offer the security capabilities. So for a customer that is conscious of security and is a key requirement, should not be starting at Starter. So we do have a bonus point of why we should not be selling Starter to customers. So if we look at the last 6 releases from a GitLab point of view, most of the capabilities that we have offered are in the paid tiers are for premium and ultimate. Starter has just had about 12 to 13 new features in the last 6 releases in total, right? If we look at forward looking as well from an investment team point of view, again, most of the capabilities for the paid tiers are coming in premium and ultimate. Starter has very minimal capabilities that are being projected from a roadmap point of view. So for a customer that is looking at delivering products faster, being more efficient in their processes, is looking at risk and compliance, Starter should definitely not be a starting point. So to summarize, we have the top 10 reasons along with the bonus reasons. So in case you're looking for one single slide, which actually covers all of the points that we covered in this presentation, you could just use one single slide here. With that, I will end this presentation. Reach out to me on Slack or email if you do have any questions regarding the top reasons of not to sell Starter. Thank you.